Perhaps the single most important muscle in an athlete's body is one you can't see. Its resilience is the root of character. Its strength defines the depth of one's will. Its size measures greatness, revealed through effort. An expression of the unrelenting rhythms that beat deep within the heart of a champion.
When a player is so unique in his commitment to the game, his commitment to excellence, his willingness to sacrifice, you know that they're going to put everything they have on the line. Those are the truly great players in the history of the game that have defined what basketball is, and it's a rare group indeed.
Let's push ourselves right now. Let's push ourselves right now.
Stay tough. That's what it's about.
The difference between victory and defeat often comes down to an intangible that can't be found in a stat sheet. Simply, who wants it the most?
That's just effort. That's all effort.
It comes down to focus, it comes down to intensity, and it comes down to courage and will.
I was always taught that every time you had an opportunity to get the ball, you better take that chance. Every loose ball could be the outcome of the game. Every rebound, every time you did something to help your team, it was a plus for you.
Burns in the crowd trying to get a loose ball back, and by golly, he does it.
My mentality was I was going to try to last longer. It was an endurance race for me, and you're going to be able to do a lot of things against me and make me look bad, but I'm going to last longer than you. It's like being in a fight.
Playing with reckless abandon can take its toll, but the great ones somehow find a way to persevere.
Later on in your years, you'd lay there on the training table and you'd rub your legs and you'd say, come on, legs, come on, just give me one more game. I'll quit after this, just give me one more game. That's all I want. You go out and play that one game. Then the next game, you'd be there on the training room table and you'd go, you know, I like to lie a little bit, legs, you know that, but this time I'm serious. Give me one more game. Give me one more game.
I remember laying there on that floor, you know, wincing in pain. And if you're not strong enough mentally to overcome and you can't persevere, then you'll fall and you'll be like everybody else in the league.
How many times have we seen Isaiah? He presses the inner button in the heart, and all of a sudden he just takes it on.
Willis Reed's display of heart in the 1970 finals will be remembered forever. He could barely walk on his injured leg, but he refused to sit out the seventh game.
This is what I dreamed about as a high school kid. This is what I worked so hard for in college. Not only me, but everybody else in that locker room. And I thought that for me not to go out there, then I would be letting them down. I wasn't gonna let that happen.
Here comes Willis, and the crowd is going wild.
Reed's courageous effort led the Knicks to their first championship. But while his heart inspired their victory, others have needed heart to overcome the bitter sting of defeat.
You can talk about winning, but the losing, when you really want to win something special, is the thing that just, it never, ever leaves you. I don't care how much you win, it never leaves you.
I'm disappointed and frustrated right now. I mean, I can't even put it into words how bad I feel right now. I mean, it's that bad. You know, most of the people out there, they don't understand. They think it's just a game you play. This is your job, and you really care about winning and losing.
Boy, does it hurt when you know it's not going to be your ring.
I don't deal with losing well already, and then here it compounds by me not playing well. So I actually had a chance to cry and really say, man, that was my fault. You know, I'm sorry. You know, you turn to the guys.
Adversity is the true test of a player's will, and the special players take losing to heart and turn it into a battle cry.
This has to be one of the most decisive routes in championship game history.
You know, we got some great players on this team, but we don't have the players with the heart sometimes that we need. And until we get our hearts where they belong, we're in trouble.
Now there's a steal by Bird. Underneath the DJ, lays it in. What a play by Bird. Bird stole the inbounding pass.
Oh, my! What a mistake by Detroit! You find out a lot about yourself, not when you're on the top, but when you're on the bottom.
Isaiah, if you could, just one more time, the final 5 seconds.
You see Brick coming in all right.
And you will get hit so hard that you really have to, like, question, is it worth it? But then you wake up the next morning, you come back twice as strong and twice as committed.
Here's Isaiah. Let's see what we got. All the way up. Go! That is literally carried a team on his back.
Those with the biggest hearts know no fear. Their resolve resonates from within when the game is on the line.
Laker ball and a shot to win it.
Down by 1. 5 seconds to go. Seconds left. And he got middle. Just what I thought. A hook shot at 12. Good!
You're not always going to be successful, but you know, if you're scared to fail, you don't deserve to be successful.
Robinson on Barkley. It's his game to win. Barkley, 20-footer, yes!
Sometimes you go over on the bench and everyone starts looking at you and you say, well, I think I'm the only guy over here. But you'd be surprised. There's a lot of players that just don't feel comfortable doing that. A lot of them don't want the responsibility, and there's a certain responsibility because you don't always succeed. And when you've done it before, people expect it.
2 seconds, 1 second. West throws it up. He makes it. West threw it up and makes it over half court.
It's like Robert Parrish always said, there's 40,000 eyes on Larry Bird because they knew he was going to get the ball. And we knew it, our opponents knew it, now it's just up to them to stop it.
All right, here's Dennis, gets it into Bird. Larry, a runner. Got it! Boston wins!
I've always said if you're up by 1 point and there's about 7 seconds on the game clock, anybody will take that shot when they're ahead, when it's tied even. But when you're down 1, you really separate the men from the boys.
Double team in Bird. Larry, fake, fall away. Hits it! All right!
You are watching what greatness is all about.
While the heart itself is hidden, the acts it inspires are there for everyone to see. And history bore witness to the heart of Michael Jordan.
People don't understand. It's not his jumping or his jump shot or his defense. It's his inner guts and his inner heart. You're going to have to cut Michael Jordan's heart out to beat him.
There's something compelling about this guy, so likable, so beautiful to watch, and yet with the athletic heart of an assassin, and just look right through you.
The look that he had, it was like, whatever you do, whatever you say, we're gonna beat you. And once you get him like that, all you can do is move aside because there's no stopping this freight train.
He's like a pit bull. If you look at a pit bull in the eye, he takes that as a challenge, and he's gonna bite you.
Oh, what a drive! Oh, what a drive!
The best way to play Michael Jordan is start looking this way, this way. You don't never make eye contact with him, because then he's gonna go out and beat you.
Stolen by Michael. MJ on the right. Michael dumps the ball.
toughest part was trying to stay on top. Many days that you felt like, well, is it worth it? Could you just somehow take a day off and get by and yet still achieve what you want? But, you know, those are the moments that you push yourself.
He's just simply amazing. He does whatever he has to do to beat you.
I felt compelled each and every day to go out and take an extra mile.